Hello and welcome to another episode of the Waypoint FPL update. We're back on a Friday pre-game this time, and Chris is back as well. How's it going, Chris?
Hello, I am. I'm going very well. Going very well. Been a good week.
Good.
Good to see everybody yesterday. So yeah, all good.
Excellent, good stuff. So yeah, well, without further ado, we'll just get straight into it because we finally have a new first place team. He has been unseated at last. Mike drops to second. We'll come back to that in a second. But Betts goes into first place by a singular point.
It's tight.
It is very tight. We'll come back to that in a second too. 51 points. We'll have a quick look at his side. Not one of the top scores of the week, but it's still a pretty good score. With Semenyo getting 10, Rogers 9, Salah captained 18. Not much beyond that, but the 3-point generators enough to push Betts into first place, Chris.
Absolutely, yeah. Classic team here. Say all the flair. Even at the back, look at that. The flairiest defensive three ever. And yeah, I mean, to be fair, big respect for Semenyo there. I think Semenyo is one of those very underrated players that does score in big games as well. You always seem to see him pop up. So yeah, fair play to that. But yeah, love it. And apart from Kai Havertz, who I do think is one of the most overrated players I've ever seen in all of my life.
There you go. Smithy's tearing his hair out at the moment. Mike is just 1 point off, as I said. He had a 45, which is fairly pedestrian as it goes by the week. But yeah, obviously still in second. And as you said, Chris, yeah, very tight because you go all the way down to, let's take it on a ninth place. It ranges from 5, 6, 8 to 5, 8, 7. So yes, it's all quite tight. Ben holds in third with, again, a strong 54. Meanwhile, Alex climbs to fourth and Ethan to fifth with 58 and 60th respectively, which are the tied third and also the second highest scores of the week. So we'll have a look at them. For Alex first, so Flecking got 4. Gay got 7, Rogers again with 9, Salah with 9, Dominic Solanke with 16, and then obviously Haaland got 4 with the captain's armband, but didn't do anything other than play. So yeah, a pass play, which you're happy about, Chris, no doubt.
I'm very happy with that, to be fair. You know, again, I like the fact, and I don't like the fact he hasn't got a kit. You know, we're going to come back to that one, but he's a Spurs fan that's got 3 Spurs players amongst the team, one on the bench, but he's bold enough to play Dominic Solanke, like it. Isn't just going with the crowd, but does have room in that team for Luis Diaz, Cole Palmer, Salah, Haaland, and Solanke, as well as England and Crystal Palace centre half. You can't go wrong with it. Uncle Mark Gay, scoring 7 points, coming in for a 2-2 draw. Love it.
Yeah.
Love.
Love to see it. And then we've got Ethan's team, which, yeah, as I said, was the second highest scoring team of the week. So he also had Flecken with the 4. A couple of Brentford players getting 3 in Damsgaard and Buemo. Salah again captained with the 18. Chris Wood, informed striker for 4 or 7. And then again Solanke with 16. So a fairly similar side here. He had Semenyo on the bench, though. What could have been?
Oh, no, hate to see it. I mean, again, so big love for Semenyo on the bench there. But, yeah, we've seen the first of the Chris Wood teams. And you know, can't go wrong with that. As a 3 though, again, massive front 3 there for I gotta say. But at the same time, we have a rarity on this team. You know, we have a rarity. Not only do we have a lesser spotted Southampton player, but we also have a lesser spotted Southampton player with a clean sheet.
And he didn't even play.
I know. Well, why would you, to be fair?
Yeah, no, yeah, not a criticism, just an observation. So, enough to push you into 5th place, Ethan. So well done. What else have we got? It was quite an interesting week in the top 7 actually, because Tim climbs to 6th. With tied third high 58 as well. So again, let's take a quick look at Tim's team. Tim likes to go contrarian, which usually leaves him in the bottom half, but no longer. Sanchez gets 3 points, Anthony Gordon with 6, Caspar with 3 again, captaining Mo Salah with 18. Of course, Tim, one of the anti-Haaland teams. He's got Vardy, who got 5, and Solanke with 16. But hey, it's working for him at the moment, Chris.
6th overall seems to be all right. Again, not a splitter. Goes for those 2 Liverpool players in there. Vardy and Duran. Again, contrarian is the nice word of putting it, I would say, up there. But seems to be doing the business. It's the Ait Nori as well at the back.
Yep.
You know, not so sure, but similarly, is committing fantasy football suicide as well by having two good goalkeepers. So I would say that's probably I know nothing about fantasy football, but I do know that if you're going to do that, invest in one or the other, but don't have both.
Yeah, because Becker is one of the more expensive ones, and obviously I think he's injured at the moment as well, isn't he? And Sanchez isn't one of the cheaper ones. I think he's like sort of one of the middle tier prices. So yeah, he's costing himself there with the old budget a little bit. So good knowledge, despite not playing Chris. And then Palmer, yeah, he moves into 7th with the high score on the week of 65. Did I have any other notes there? No, yeah, but let's look at his team. So for Palmer, let's see, Aina for Forest with 15. Haven't seen him yet. Palmer again with 3, and Mbuemo 3, Rogers 9, Solanke again 16, Wood 7, and Harden with 4. But yeah, it's definitely Aina who pushed Palmer to the top score of the week.
And what a goal that was as well, by the way. And fair play to Palmer for going for that, because I haven't seen him on anyone else's team except this one, and it's come up big time for him this week. Big time. Again, like the Palace connection as well. Albeit, Palmer, come on, man. Don't be a splitter. You have no Palace players in your team at all.
Yeah.
And you should. There's no excuse.
Yeah, no excuse, indeed. And then rounding out, so we have 3 fallers in the top 10 still, though. Alex, Brett, and James fall to 8 to 10 respectively. James only had a 30-point week, so pretty low there. We'll turn to the bottom. Harry remains bottom by a fairly wide margin of 39 points. He didn't have the low score on the week, though. No, that honour goes to Jake this week, who got a mere 26 points.
Oh,
we will take a brief look at his team. Injuries. John Stones, Ezra, and Diogo Jota with 0 because they did not play. He got 9 from Salah, and the captain 4 from Haaland, and Guimaraes got 3 and Ray got 3. But yeah, not a lot to speak of. So pretty poor week there, but at least he has a kit.
He has a kit. That's good. I would suggest that the focus for this team should be probably a wild card at this point, because that is very.
Yeah, considering he's also got 2 injured players on the bench as well. Could do with some healthy bodies for sure.
Also, though, can we just go back to that just for a minute? I think I just spotted something that is quite comedy. Is that a Scott Castle on the bench? It is.
That is good. Yeah,
good for you. Good for you. That's football heritage. That is.
There is some logic to that. If you're gonna, certainly, to your point, if you're gonna invest in one of the top better keepers, then that's probably about as cheap as it gets, and you have the novelty factor.
You seem to think so as well.
Yeah, well, quite. But hey, he serves a purpose. He goes towards the homegrown quota, doesn't he?
That's the reason why he exists. Yeah, he's probably still on Derby. Yeah. He's probably been on for 10 years now.
But that brings us to the end of the update this week, and I believe it's international break after this week, so we'll obviously have another update for you, but then a gap. But I will give you the final word as always, Chris.
Yeah, everyone doesn't like the international break, do they? Yeah, so that's probably a good thing, because I'm actually not around this next week. We'll play Riverside tomorrow. It is a 10:30 kickoff, 9:30 meet. The squad went out earlier on, have a look at that. I will say one thing though: Riverside are out to get us. They have been for some years. They are always physical. They are always committed, and we have to continue to raise our game to be able to continue our run. But don't forget, we are unbeaten in 3. I think that's a very, very good foundation to build on. So we will see you tomorrow. Let's prepare the same way as last week. Let's work as hard as we did last week. And hopefully we get the same result as last week. But till then, enjoy the rest of your Friday, and I'll see you in the morning.